Okay, I just finished this bike here. I've been working on this the last couple of months here. One of my wintertime projects. What it is, I started out with a 1983 GL650 Interstate. And it was a pretty good bike, except for the fact I've been sitting outside in Florida weather for so long that the paint job was just gone on it. And the front fork tubes were pitted and all the usual stuff that happens down here. Bikes just really take a beating down here, so I went ahead and used it for this project here. I would never cut one of those bikes up that's in nice shape. People know that I wouldn't do that, but when I get a nasty one, this is what I do with them. So, tore it down to the frame and built a complete new bike. This is a cafe-style Restomod. Anyway, we'll start at the front. I'll start with it's a 1983 CB 1000 custom 18-inch wheel instead of the 19-inch wheel that comes on these bikes. And what that does, it gives you a lot more tire options. So I get to run this low profile tire, and they go into the corners a lot quicker with that tire on there. And that's an invention of my buddy Ray Plattock. He's a retired engineer and a road racing nut, actually ex-road racer also. So he came up with this idea a few years ago, and we've done a bunch of these bikes. So I give him the credit for that. Okay, this is I powder coated the fork tubes and got a couple of really nice new stanchion tubes that I had saved for a project like this. That's a GL650 custom front fender that's been powder coated and turned around backwards. And the turned around backwards thing was Murray Feldman's idea. Murray's Carbs, he's a friend of mine. I've done that on a couple of them now. All right, so we got rebuilt calipers, new Galfer stainless steel lines, horn, MGO fairing, master cylinder. I run this MGO fairing because, well, I like the way it looks, but also it keeps the wind off of my body. People that know me know that I got a bad shoulder problem, and it helps me when I'm riding the bike. But it goes on and off really easily. I detailed everything underneath. The headlights were painted black, and I got the billet aluminum headlight brackets. So loosen up 2 bolts, and the fairing comes right off, and it looks just as nice without it. Okay, I got this bike, he had an electronic speedometer on it, and I didn't know how many miles I had on it, and he was having a head gasket problem because he wasn't using the right head gaskets. These things, there was a real problem with these bikes. They only made this engine 1 year. We started having a problem, he couldn't get the factory head gaskets anymore. This guy named Joe Hovell went and got them reverse engineered and started manufacturing them again. So we've been using the Joe Hovell gaskets and haven't had one failure since. I probably used about 20 sets of these. So he finally cured that problem. While I was at it, I went through the engine. It's got new rings, timing chain, all new seals, along with the mechanical water pump seal. As far as the head gaskets are concerned, Murray Feldman's selling them now. He took it over for Joe. Joe was having some health issues, so Murray Feldman took it over. And you can get a hold of murrayscarbs.com. He sells these head gaskets. And you just got to follow the retorque procedure carefully, and you never have a problem with them. I'm using a Hot Wing Glass Road Race 2 rear seat. My buddy Dave Burgess used to own Hot Wing Glass, and he decided to retire. Can't blame him for that. And I got him to come out of retirement and make me several of these, so I got a few piled up to keep me busy for a couple of years. I have all the electronics underneath the seat, so you can't see anything. It's got a brand new Motobat AGM battery back there. All right. I use a 954 CBR shock conversion that I do, and I got a video posted on this. I do these on people all over the world are using this idea now. It just seems like the perfect spring rate and perfect height for this bike. So we like them quite a bit. And I also use the GL650 inner fender. I just hold it in with 2 wire ties. I cut it down, hold it in so it fits, and that comes in and out if you wanted to show the bike. It pops out, it keeps all the crap out of here because we are running pod filters. So carburetors are been completely cleaned, rebuilt, rejetted, ultrasonically cleaned. I got them rejetted to run the pods and run the wide open mufflers. And I've done enough of these now where I know exactly what to do with them when I get to that point. Those are the MGO reverse cone mufflers. I really like these mufflers. They sound really good, but they look great. They're seamless and they look like a factory muffler. All right, now, some of you know I was having a problem with my paint work. My buddy Bobby Thompson, there's Bobby right here. riding the tail of the dragon on one of his bikes. Passed away a couple years ago, and he was one of my best friends. He used to do all my paint work for me. I used to trade him parts, and he'd do my paint work. Well, he passed away, left me without a painter. So I found this new guy, and it's a little pricey, but I tell you what, it's some of the nicest work I've ever seen. And he puts the extra clear coat on them like I like, so it's a real nice deep paint job. And if you were to scuff it up, it would buff right out because we got plenty of clear on it. So very happy with the results on that. I'll be using him from now on. All right, go ahead and start it up. I've had it running today, but okay, I build these bikes for me to ride. And I get people asking me all the time, why don't you do this and why don't you do that? Well, I do them because I want to be able to sit on the bike and ride it all day long. So I build an upright bike that's comfortable to ride, and I do them for me. So I'm always getting people to ask me to do different things on these bikes, and that ain't how I operate. I build them for me. If there's something on you don't like, that's your problem, not mine. Anyway, there she is. I'm very happy with the result. I haven't ridden it yet. I'm going to try and take it out this afternoon and put some miles on it. Okay, thanks for watching my video.